Radiant team ban. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick. Dire team's turn to pick.
Weaver.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick.
Silencer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick. Radiant team ban.
Brewmaster.
Dire team's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to ban.
你这么菜的队友不生
seconds
气吗
remaining
哥哥啊？
一点情况。
5 seconds remaining.
¿Por qué, loco? ¿Qué te he hecho? ¿Qué te he hecho, loco?
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Great, they're back. Ten seconds remaining.
¿Por qué,
5
loco?
seconds
¿Qué te he
remaining.
hecho? ¿Qué te he hecho, loco?
Dire team ban.
¿Por qué, loco? ¿Qué te he hecho? ¿Qué te he hecho, loco?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick.
Clockwork!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick.
Queen of Pain.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick.
Ogre Magi!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to ban.
Invoker!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick.
Faceless Void.
Ten seconds left. Decided? 5 seconds remaining.
Hello, mic test.
Choose your
Hello,
hero.
Mic test. 1, 2, 3. ¿Por qué, loco? ¿Qué te he hecho? ¿Qué te he
Someone's
hecho, loco?
connection dropped.
I love it when you resist.
Ouch! So pain, ah! So pain!
It feels good to be this good.
Oy, tápalo el cuello. Clean. Pa' la bolsa. Hello, mic test. 1, 2, 3. ¿Por qué, loco? ¿Qué te he hecho? ¿Qué te he hecho, loco?
Son cositas. Thank you very much, Avo. Yes, a very, very unbiased throw. You gotta like Lacoste, how he always goes. When I talked to Beastcoast, they told me this, but of course, telling it like it is this time around. What do you think? They didn't actually mention this, but the musical lanes of who was going to be the offlaner ended up being the Snapfire. What are your thoughts, and of course, your thoughts generally on how this game is going to play out?
Snapfire. I don't think like this is something that a lot of people are used to play against, so could potentially be surprised the amount of damage that core Snapfire can do. I also want to see what the skill build is gonna be, because judging from the lanes, it's gonna be
Let the
Gyro
fighting
plus Silencer, and
recommence.
Clockwork will be playing that position 4 with Snapfire. A lot of kill potential, Cookie into Battery Assault, Cogs type of a thing. Void doesn't care too much about it. Ogre's super tanky as a hero, but if he decides to step out of the position, if they get level 2 faster, there's a ton of kill potential on Ogre. And also, like, once you hit that level 3, Ogre is pretty much food, because he wants to be in front, and against Snapfire and Clockwork, I don't think you can afford to do that. So long range harassment and just protecting the Void, because this is not a kill lane for Lava. For Beastcoast, definitely is. My eyes, I would say, would be on the top lane, see how they're gonna perform. We've seen one Gyro previous game with no buffs, like he literally had nothing to buff him up, still managed to stay on top of net worth, like even managing to outfarm Luna at one point with Aya, which was pretty impressive. So I want to see how that lane does, because this lane has a lot of weaknesses. You don't have a reliable stun. You're very... they can exploit the dive. I want to see if they block the big camp. If they don't, like, it's gonna be problematic. And the Brewmaster as a hero, haven't seen him for a long time, but still favoring Lava's off lane against the safe lane from Beastcoast.
A little bit of sparring here for the minute 0 bounty. Not even Hector picking up the bounty because he wants his first blood versus Frank. And they're going to get it. Goes to Stinger. Position 5 Silencer here. And actually, I wanted to touch upon the Silencer because I was actually slightly surprised that not only to see the Brewmaster, but to see the Brewmaster into a Silencer when it wasn't... I mean, it's Beastcoast, right? So you're really never even sure what position it's going to be playing until all 5 heroes are locked in. But even at that stage, at the draft, it was still pretty ambiguous where he was going to end up. The Silencer pick just felt so darn good, even against the Weaver, and then you ended up picking the Brew into it. So I'm also kind of curious to see what kind of impact Brew can have this game, especially because his other core he's playing around is a Faceless Void, and Chronosphere doesn't really seem all too friendly for the Brew and his Brewlings.
Yeah, he also likes to go in and out multiple times out of fight, and if he has Arcane Curse on top of him, that's not gonna be great. Like Silencer panel talked about how these cores tend to get earlier BKBs. Faceless Void and Queen of Pain are not those cores, neither is Brewmaster. But yeah, this is kind of a meta right now. Queen of Pain, I want to see what the build on her is gonna be, whether it's gonna be like an Orchid in Western Europe. Very popular build is Kaya Sanj into a BKB and Shard. So you have AoE silence, and you also deal, like, you become super tanky very early on, makes you hard to kill. This was one of the Queen of Pain's weaknesses, and then you can get level 10 talent, extra 11 strength, which is pretty damn good, one of the best ones. This is the highest strength gain on level 10 talent.
A lot of extra HP could go a long way, especially when you're up against a lot of just magic damage in this early game, especially with this offlane Snapfire. Build tends to be Scatterblast, Cookie, Blink Dagger, Shard from what I've seen, and expect Whisper to more or less do the same, as there's Schofield making a lot of space. Of course, the Beastcoast guys changing up their names a little bit, and he actually might end up dropping here for a kill, but no, nice little tree cut there allows him to evade even Minos's or Kotaro's. He's back to his old name. A little time walk of aggression.
Okay, one top. Looks pretty dead.
Yeah.
Turn kill. Oh, Silencer can't get it.
Double kill.
No, Frank is going to be too tanky. Frank the tank, as he's not going to go down. Dual Gauntlets of Strength build here to help him stay alive. And actually, he's going to be going for the Urn this game. This is a good question, actually. What is Weaver then going to go for as transition item? Because usually Weaver's going to head into that Urn Vessel, even if he's having a good enough start. But obviously, it looks like they're going to be going for the Cinder Brew and Ignite build in lane on Brew. So what is he to do here?
I think what you can go for is either a Force Staff or a Lotus Orb first. Lotus Orb, very hard to farm, but maybe a Force Staff. You also need Aghanim Scepter. Lotus Orb great against Silencer, and if you go Aghanim Scepter, you also need a way of dispelling the global to be able to time it nicely on your time lapse. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't think I remember seeing Weaver being played as position 4 without Urn. Maybe that's a pairing up with the Invoker as well. K1 probably gonna drop here one more time.
Yeah, it looks like he will. He's actually going to turn here with the Rocket Barrage. He will get the return kill this time around, but after the gyro drop, so no experience there. Stinger continuing to fight here versus the Weaver.
He's going to fight him.
Yeah, he's got to tank the creep wave, though, and that's going to be a losing matchup. He's going to look to turn, actually. A Rocket Flare from the triangle is going to assist a little bit here for Stinger, but they just don't have the damage to get through Moose.
Stinger very greedy, but like this is your off lane type of a silencer build, puts an extra point in Glaives of Wisdom. I've seen during TI a lot of silencer 5s that didn't even put a point in Glaives of Wisdom, which I don't think is correct choice. You still deal a ton of damage with the last word. A1, like he spent a lot of time in the fountain, which means that silencer is level 4, so a lot of kill potential. In the previous series, Gyrocopter didn't even get a Rocket Barrage. I think they want to battle a bit more. They know how aggressive Lava's lineup will play, so he decides to put a point in Rocket Barrage, and it also benefits Silencer if he can get the, a return kill, gets that stolen intelligence. Brewmaster, not a hero that's very smart, especially when he takes the Cinder Brew.
Yeah, and speaking of, just very quickly to touch upon this Weaver's build, they actually did communicate, and he's decided to build the Urn. So that's still in the quick buy for Frank, but he's likely going to ignore that and head into the Meteor Hammer first, build into the Perseverance with that Ring of Health. So
that's completely fine. You wanna like Cinder Brew with Urn is legit. You just ignite people, so that's pretty good. See, Stinger.
He's likely dead. He's going to ignite, trying to TP. He's going to go all the way back to the fountain, and he will live, but that's, of course, going to leave Hector all alone up top for some time. More time for him to farm, and he's not doing all too poorly, all things considered, especially because he's taken 2 deaths, not too far behind in terms of CS, but they're also not stopping Frank from farming, which might be the more immediate concern for Beastcoast, as he's going to have a well-timed Meteor Hammer. That's going to enable his push. Do we have stuns into Meteor Hammer? We don't really have good setup. Maybe if you can multicast a Fire Blast, but
pray that it's gonna hit.
And right now they hit hard. I was actually wrong. Whisper has gone into a bit of a little Shredder build. Now Soul Ring. There's going to be finally the points in Cookie at level 5. So 2-1-2 build for the Snapfire. But yeah, this minus armor has actually been working wonders for them in this offlane as Whisper out.
Yeah, you want to get Little Shredder, double the value. The more minus armor they got in the dual lane means the other heroes also apply more right-click damage, so I don't think you should be completely skipping it, maybe in certain matchups, but this one's definitely not it. Even though Faithless Void has a ton of armor, same goes for Ogre, you still want to lower it and not just rely on magical damage to be able to deal any kind of damage. Queen of Pain. Sonic Wave is available, 1 point in Shadow Strike, nothing wrong there. You're playing into Invoker, which means that he can easily out-region that damage that you're putting in.
Yeah, now Invoker has Urn on the way, as Leo Style jumped in a little bit too aggressively there. He's going to get his mana burned by the EMP. So this could be a good time for rotation. Whisper, 1 bash and he's in a bit of trouble, but Minos didn't find any there, and the full wand from Whisper is going to top him back up. Nice job there, as by Schofield, as he's going to just yoink away that bounty rune. That's very annoying.
He was waiting as much as he could to waste time on Queen of Pain. That's like half of CS missed.
Yeah, now moves. He should be fine. He's got Sakuchi ready to go. But they've done well in this top lane from Beastcoast to kind of stem the losses, because again, Urn charges onto a Weaver. It makes him pretty scary with this Urn build. As there's, they're rotating though. Here's Chris Luck. Whisper is still alive, looking to turn. Kodado though is going to be able to get off the Tomahawk. He's just going to look for the TP out, but the Cold Snap will shut him down. That was kind of a hopeful attempt to TP, as he will end up falling, and he's not going to have a teleport to get back in the lane. It's the walk of shame for him.
He thought they used everything, or he didn't have Invoke ready. So try to go for a TP. Snapfire getting a lot of it. Like, Snapfire is super tanky, gets a 3.5 strength per level.
Oh,
I will split.
Okay. Yeah, Frank's still gonna go for it. They want this kill onto the silencer. And some fancy footwork here by Whisper is not gonna, or sorry, Stinger, pardon me, is not going to save his life. There's even a lift now onto K1 as they will go further underneath this tier 1 tower. They know that there's no TP available from the Invoker. Earn charge applied, so it has to be Schofield to rotate on in. It's a long TP, and can they even threaten the life of Frank here? They certainly will try. Stick charge gives enough mana here for the rocket barrage, and even the battery assaults here making very quick work of Frank, but he is pretty tanky. Perseverance is going to keep him alive. Another TP coming. That silencer back to the lane, I think. Yes, okay. Very strange TP animation. But they've got vision on Frank. That's going to be a level 3 Arcane Curse. And now Chris Luck is going to walk all the way over from essentially the bottom lane to apply the Earn charge, get the Earn refill, and pick up the kill onto Frank.
Radiant's top tower
I don't think that was needed, but they got the kill. Whisper should definitely die in this one. Well, Invoker got the TP off.
Another TP. Yeah. Cortado, he's going to go down. Minos, he's going to take a death a second time. Leo style, though, will counter the rotation here of Chris Luck, but he's not going to be able to get this kill. Another rotation back to top, back to bottom. My goodness, this Invoker, he's got our heads spinning here.
We don't have lanes. At one point, no one was hitting the lane creeps. Everyone was just either in the jungle or fighting.
This is what I absolutely... Yeah, big rotations. That's what I absolutely love about watching Beastcoast, and especially casting them, as Chris Luck is so eager to always make these early rotations, and he's playing such a great hero as well to make this happen, right? Quaswex Invoker, this control, these earn charges just keep piling on, and he's going to be progressing nicely into his item and skill build. Cortado is just standing on top of this TP, but Schofield is not scared of him here, especially without the Chronosphere. No reason to fear.
That's a level 5.
Where are we fighting now?
Faceless Blade. Oh, 10 minutes in.
Alright, Leo Styles going to Sonic Wave for a kill. There's kisses as well. We've got the oven cooking here for Frank. No primal split, no HP. Down he will go. There's even a tornado now for Cortado. As Chris Luck taking a lot of damage. Just falling a bit low. Whisper is going to pick up the kill onto the Weaver, squashing that bug. But Chris Luck, he's going to be able to out-heal the Shadow Strike. And underneath the tower, there is no detection for him. So he will make it out of this one alive.
could use some help.
So if Kotaro managed to get a kill, he would be like level 6.5, but let's check the network how they're doing. Like, he's doing very poorly on Faceless Void, definitely needs time to recover. We'll have Bloodlust. He's lower level than Ogre, which is something that should not happen. Maybe they decide to give him Book. Weaver is level 5.5. Nope, Weaver's just gonna keep the Book for himself.
There he is, Frank now with this Meteor Hammer complete. Again, he's going to be able to start pushing, right? So that's going to be the positives of this build as we get hit with a quick little pause.
Silencer, level 6, so they could try to make stuff happen, have a bit of more global presence. Same goes for Clockwork, long range initiation. They don't have like this reliable follow-up stun, which could be problematic in the mid game, and also once they get the BKBs up. You have Clockwork, which is fine, but what's the follow-up? Like, where's the into cookie possibly?
1, 2, 3.
If you lose heroes like Fever, Queen of Pain, and Faceless Void, it's not gonna be easy to kill them.
Yeah, these heroes quite elusive, and we already see Smile, of course, Mr. Chris Luck rebranding on over to that. Evade what should have almost certainly been a death, right? But he just kind of walks away. Now that Chronosphere at least is available, maybe they have the lockdown and most importantly the vision to kill the Quaswex Invoker. But like you're saying, where will this damage come from? Early on, Sonic Wave seems to be just about it. Ignite, I suppose, but damage over time into the regeneration of a Quaswex Invoker might not be enough. And the supports, oh sorry, this is not a support, this is an offlane Snapfire, pardon me, are now going to be bolstered by QC Smile as he rotates down bottom, and they are going to trade tier 1 for tier 1. Lava, though, they're setting up for a siege middle. Frank has not only, of course, the Meteor Hammer, but also the Primal Split ready to go. He's leaving Bloodlust the wagon.
4 times, they're keeping the wagon alive, which should be tier 1 tower.
Yeah,
so good trade. Lava loses.
Not denied. But I get it.
Dire just denied.
I'm surprised they didn't commit to it. They had Primal Split. What I guess the reason is Primal Split. It feels like if you misuse it, the hero kind of falls off. But let's see how much can Frank make stuff done in the next couple of minutes. Primal split.
Oh, there he goes.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's gonna go running up to the high ground, but no heroes nearby. Even the hook shot might get Schofield out of this one. Closing the door though, it's Quadrado from behind, and he will even be able to get this kill with the Mask of Madness active.
I like that they gave kill. Kunapin understands Kotaro needs to come back into the game, and book delivery. Look at this. Book delivery to Faceless Void.
Yeah, he just needs all the experience he can get at this stage. I guess there more points in Time Walk means he can actually show up and fight, or just needs this experience overall.
That's why I was surprised, because Weaver bought it. Weaver is level 6 and a half, almost level 7. You don't really need at many levels, and you want to have them on Faceless Void to have his spells maxed out, at least the Time Walk, as you mentioned.
Full Vessel now. Up for C-Smile, as he's not going to get the refill.
You know why? Because Clockwork has earned like this is actually griefing. Someone does that, he has 30 seconds to sell it.
Yep. I agree. I completely agree with you. I don't know why he's holding on to the urn. Again, he's got Weaver problems of what does he transition into. Oh, hold that thought, actually. They're going to turn for Frank. As Frank stuck inside the cogs, actually not really enjoying this engagement whatsoever. Hook shot into the Sunstrike. It's not enough damage for the kill, but there he goes. With his own urn and his own rocket flare, he's going to pick up the kill. So C-Smile still empty on these vessel charges. Yeah, this Clockwork, he's got to get rid of him.
You know what you can do is put him in the backpack. Once you know that there's gonna be a kill, so Invoker gets it. Because right now it feels bad to just completely destroy it. If it was a pub, like, you need to coordinate. This is not a pub game. This is a professional. These are esport athletes that we're talking about, so they know better.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a pretty big mistake. They're going to just snipe Quadrado, or sorry, K1, pardon me. But no, Global Silence is going to prevent them from getting the follow-on damage, so that's just going to be a Sonic Wave used without a kill. Tornado, though, is not going to catch anyone as they look for the revenge kill onto Moose. He's already used his time lapse. However, his courier is going to at least betray his position, as it looks like he's still going to be able to escape into the dire jungle currently held by lava. Schofield's, he's given chase, but I don't think alone he can really get a kill onto the Weaver. Again, those urn charges. Oh, the urn has disappeared. It's gone, Lacoste.
Okay, that works. So half of the value gone. He, well, maybe a bit less than a half, considering he got stuff done with one urn charge. But yeah, not ideal.
Oh, wait, Mask of Madness used? That means there's going to be no Time Walk available. They just turn and blast Quadrado. Okay, see you later. Cold Snap here on Queen of Pain, keeps her out of the fight. Is now with Vessel Charges as Chris Smile. C-Smile, pardon me. Little Shredder giving them the extra little bit of range, and the homing missile. No, it's just a little Shredder from Whisper to get the kill. 2 kills for him. As Beastcoast, they sweep through the jungle. They pick up 2 kills. My goodness, I'm surprised Minos decided to just try and fight that one out.
Very surprised, but the long... Like, look at the range that they can fight with. They have Global Sunstrike, Rocket, like you see the other Rocket possibly from Gyrocopter homing missile flying up to someone. Then you have overtime damage from Arcane Curve, Spirit Vessel, 1 more rocket hits. It's very hard at this point to just fully commit. They don't have enough like lockdown, maybe, because their only real initiation is Clockwork going in. But their team fight right now is still very strong, and we gotta give credit to K1. I also want to talk about when nothing is happening, about something that a lot of Western and like even Chinese players tend to do, is not pick up Rocket Barrage at all, or like get 1 point in it. Like, the value you get from your spells, it's just not worth it to get stats in most of the situations. Because if you have like Rocket Barrage, you get a kill, the amount of gold you get from it instead of you know, getting extra 2 damage is really not going to make the difference. So 1 kill can make a difference. That's my point.
Yep. Right now onto Frank. He's going to be locked down. Primal Split. It's going to be constantly absorbed not only by that silence, but by the battery assaults. So down goes Frank mid lane as well. They get Cookie. They got Leo Style as well mid.
I love these things.
Ooh.
Even if they
big kills from Beastcoast.
didn't connect, they still have Global to follow it up. 3k gold lead for Beastcoast. Looks good. They have also Roche lineup if they get like another 2 kills if Chronosphere is used, with a little Shredder minus armor coming out from it. Should be okay. like the efficiency right now. Look at K1. He's farming the big ancient creep camp, and he does not want to stack it, because if you stack for yourself, you lose a little bit of value. Whisper also stacking for himself. So the map is being played very nicely by Beastcoast. Like, no one's across the river. Look at the 2 wards from Lava. There are 2 wards in their jungle, which they didn't get too much value from it, because Beastcoast wasn't even playing there. So that means that Lava's not playing under their vision.
Here's a smoke, though. Frank this time hopefully can at least get up the primal split. If there's going to be the first Chronosphere of the game. It's a good target here onto K1. Sonic Wave and everything used to try and get this kill. They will eventually get it as the Global finally comes through. That's going to get the return kill onto Minos. Stuck inside the ice wall now is going to be the Ogre as they look to turn onto Whisper. Core Snapfire, remember, Glimmer Cape trying to keep her alive, but the dust is there this time around. As unlike No Ping, they buy their detection. See Smile now being dove underneath the tier 2 tower. Has Ghost Walk, but no point in using it as this fight is completely falling apart for Beastcoast. Stinger is going to be the 4th to go, and it looks like it will be a team wipe. Schofield, he's not going to connect onto anything. He's even going to be hit by the Meteor Hammer. Cancels the TP from Frank. Leo style to pick up the kill, and the tier 2 tower will fall alongside the rest of Beastcoast.
Surprised that Global Silence came that late. I think once they use the Chrono, you immediately pop it, because there's not going to be any follow-up. Duration of the Chronosphere level 1 is 4 seconds. Global Silence 4.5, so they can't use anything. And then you have a bit more time to reset, possibly get a Glimmer Cape on him. And even with just fall down, it could make the difference. Slow him, they can't reach. This fight was also with Queen of Pain with your Arcane Rune. I don't think you can ask for anything better. Like, this is just the best rune you can get. And she gets another one. You get double damage Kaya Sanj. The build that I was talking about is done by Leo style. Also Fairy's Trinket, so even more spell damage. And now has Shard queued up. This Shard is really, really good. It was underused. It's 1.75 AoE silence, which kind of great.
Yeah, especially because it gives her some control immediately when she lands. It's always the worst thing, you know. We saw that a little bit in our last series where, for example, a Storm Spear zips onto an enemy backliner, and then it's just immediately Fiend's Grip. Whereas with this Queen of Pain, she won't have that concern. Instead, it's C-Smile with the concern as he throws down the Tornado. Cold Snap as well, but it's not going to save his life here. Sonic Wave committed, and that's going to be Leo style now on a dominating streak. As Lava, with a bit of a momentum shift, are starting to pick up kills all around the map.
Yeah, they're playing it nicely. A Faceless Void, meanwhile, farming. Chronosphere is used. That means he's not going to be joining any fights until he gets a BKB. That's going to be a big timing for Lava, because there's nothing that goes through Magic community. I don't think he cares about Global Silence. There is no like real follow-up unless they execute perfectly hookshot into Cookie, Cold Snap, and like some right-click damage plus Gyrocopter being on top of him. So it's going to be relatively hard for them to lock down Faceless Void. With BKB, he's going to feel very safe coming into the fights.
Mortimer, I'm still here.
Speaking of fights, it's been a while since Beastcoast have really looked to pick one of their own on their own kind of accord, if that would make sense, right? The last 2 fights have always just been coming to them. What are they waiting for? Is there a specific timing they want? Are they going to be looking to fight when they're more confident they can do Roche immediately after?
Go time. It's go time for Beastcoast, because Manta Style is just completed. He can dispel things off, Time Walk, Ignite, Shadow Strike from Queen of Pain. So I want to see them outpush the lanes, especially the top lane, and then smoke up, try to go for a kill and transition that into Roche. One problem is there's still a tier 1 tower in the mid lane, so that means like they can't, if fight happens around the tier 1 tower in mid, a couple of buybacks are possible immediately into the fight for Lava.
Also makes it difficult to sweep across the map, as for now Beastcoast will head into the triangle of Lava. Unbeknownst to them, however, Lava is smoked up and they're heading into the jungle of Beastcoast. Putting up some wards here as well. They will remain unscouted, and again, because this tier 1 tower is up, it doesn't really leave Beastcoast anywhere else to go other than just for this top tier 1 tower, which they will now look towards. And Hector, they will at least waste the Alacrity duration, but it looks like Lava just gonna let it go.
Using Meteor Hammer on tier 3 tower, he knows, he reads the map so well, understands that everyone else is behind K1.
Radiant's
Deal
top
some
tower
damage.
has looked better.
Tower's missing 800 HP.
Look at that.
Lava would
Radiant's
definitely
courier
love to
just got
postpone
killed.
the fight until Faceless Void gets his BKB, and possibly even Queen of Pain. I think for Queen of Pain it's much more secure to get BKB first before Shard. So changes his mind, which I think is correct here, and then you can go back to Shard.
They might actually have a triple timing here, double BKB on the cores, as you mentioned, as well as in, I think, 500 gold. Frank has his Ag Scepter, a little bit more than 500, but right around there. And there's a big item for the Brewmaster as well, of course. Second charge of the ulti allows you to use the Primal Split preemptively, you know, before a fight breaks out, and maybe that helps you get it off before Global, for example. So that's a pretty major item here for the Brewmaster.
Ogre pinging things out. It feels like he knows that they set up a ward already on the high ground in the triangle, and just needs to use the courier to be able to de-ward it.
Weaver not going into the Ags build quite so quickly, just with the Vessel next into the Force Staff, as you kind of called out before. Needs a kind of another holdover item because Lotus and Ags is kind of required for the Ags to be good, and those are very expensive items for the time being.
Force Staff, really great item here. Allows you to push people out of the cogs, which I think is their best lockdown pretty much, and then they can possibly reset with the time walk off, blink. Like even Brewmaster using ulti could be really good. You mentioned Brewmaster using his ulti preemptively. We'll see if that happens, because maybe he needs to play around Global Silence. This is his biggest threat. I also want to see if his next item is, like, even if he's not Global Silence, if he's caught inside the cogs, battery or something, you can't use Split, and that's pretty to execute. He needs to get out. Double BKB timing, and not yet. Queen of Pain still needs 500 gold, but Void has one.
They're confident, though. They're confident on this timing. See, Smile still a little bit far from his own BKB as that Roche is now scouted. There's going to be that first ulti use, again, preemptively by Frank, wasting no time. He's going to send over the Storm Bruling just to go ahead and scout for some additional information. Now, some more Swarm Beetles as now the kisses begin raining in, but Roche is too low. They can't leave it. Moonstall gets bashed by Roche. Hook shot on it. And Schofield trying to steal the Aegis. He's going to get it. The big old snatch out from Schofield as the fight breaking out. There's an attempted Primal Split number 2, but the Global Silence is not only going to cancel that, but allow Schofield to walk away seemingly scot-free with this Aegis. Stinger is going to be the only one to take a dive so far, as Minos will time walk across those those cogs. Looks to try and get this Aegis. But the Clockwork, he's still alive. Cotaro wants that prize that he's got up from him. Will he be able to find it? There's going to be another slow from the Cinderbrew. The Ewell Scepter from the Schofield as another great cog. They might even turn. They get the Faceless Void. He went so far for the kill. The cog pushed back into the Sunstrike, into the Scatterblast. They pick up the kill as Frank is going to commit now on this Primal Split. Lifts up Chris Smile. They will finally be rewarded for that kill onto the Snapfire. But Hector now showing up to this fight, looking for revenge. Frank cancels the TP. The Tornado. Oh, it cancels it. They knew where that Earth Panda was going. They find him. They cancel the TP. A spicy meatball for him now will be served up along with the Vessel Charge. He is going absolutely nowhere. He at least gets the courier before he goes. But what a fight for Beastcoast.
Interesting Roche. It gets scouted out by Sunstrike and Clockwork Rocket. Immediately by Snapfire, who stands in a good position, uses Mortimer's Kisses, and the perfectly timed Clockwork hook shot. Gets the Aegis and still manages to survive. So you now have to deal with Clockwork Aegis. I mean, it's not the most threatening one, but still, you know, having an ability to respawn while not being Raid King 25 minutes in, it always feels good.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's a series... Oh, goodness, there's the Shard Stun. Oh, the hook shot, though, blocked at least by Moose. Might allow Leosile to escape. He's got BKB, he's got Blank, he'll be okay. But nice play between the dual lane here of Whisper and Schofield. I mean, like I was saying, if there's a series that you should watch if you need evidence that, you know, getting an Aegis when an enemy team expected to can really destroy timing, it was the last one, right? Yeah, that basically lost no ping both games. And here we go, Beastcoast now, they deny the Aegis, deny it away from Lava as it's on Schofield, so we'll see what they can do here with this timing. That was huge. That was huge. Not only that, getting the kill on Kotaro. I'm surprised he didn't just pop Chrono, you know, just commit for the Aegis.
Preemptively use Chronosphere, like that would end up in maybe even a bigger disaster. He got scouted. Weaver has been seen.
Yeah, they know where he's at. Hello, says Schofield, trapped inside the cog, Sunshine Ward at his side. Force snap to try and escape here. Sunstrike is going to prevent that, and there's going to be the last word doing just that. Another +2 int for Stinger. He's up to 12 total this game. Going for the Ag Scepter, so very greedy silencer supports as they tend to be.
Not just Ags, it's also a Glimmer Cape and Ags on top of it. Yeah, even Clockwork's going for the Aghanim Scepter. Like, so both supports, like, their value, what they bring to the table is gonna be gigantic. It's gonna be enormous with those two Aghanim Scepters. Like, having AoE silence and 2 hook shots, like, that's pretty big.
Are those cracks in Dire's
That overclock ability is super nice to have. The dual Ags timing. Schofield, he picks up the Ags, sorry, he picks up the Aegis and says, I am the core now, I will farm my Ag Scepter. See you later, guys. And he's making pretty good timing on it as well. Lots of powerful spells here for both of the supports, says Leo Style. He's going to be scouted, walking underneath a ward.
I think about this Aegis and Clockwork, if they decide to take one more fight, he's most likely going to survive, at least for the longer duration, so that means more gold for him from all the kills that they get.
True. More gold equals faster, pardon me, faster Ag Scepter timing for him. Already alone with this Yule Scepter, he's set up for a kill onto the Faceless Void. That, again, I cannot believe they picked up. But Kotaro, he's farmed up in the meantime. He's nearly, got level 3 Chronosphere on top of his fresh, make that an 8-second BKB, and has the Mjolnir now on his way as they get the kill onto the Silencer. Maybe looking for a Chrono here. Schofield and Whisper will abscond behind their tier 2 tower. Leo Style giving chase as Frank has committed the Primal Split here. Schofield scouted. He's not an ideal target. Aegis for 30 more seconds, but they will take him down. Kisses, though, might allow this fight to reset as the Yule Scepter is going to interrupt Frank from getting off the Primal Split. Tornado is going to continue to interrupt this up from Chris Smile, but unfortunately cannot get the Cold Snap applied in time. Now they make the jump onto the Chris Smile, but he's got BKB looking to turn. A deafening blast onto the Queen of Pain. Chrono's still a looming threat here as Quadrado just looking for a good target, but Beastcoast, their spacing impeccable as the Yule Scepter allows Whisper to dodge that Sonic Wave damage. Schofield is just going to lose the Aegis. It was expiring within seconds anyway, so he's going to get a fresh respawn. Frank setting up the Meteor Hammer, will connect it. There comes the Global Silence after Quadrado uses the BKB, but they missed the hook shot, and that's going to allow Quadrado to get off the Sunstrike. It gets him. He didn't dodge it. Chris Smile picks up the kill through the BKB Chronosphere after the Global Silence ruined Quadrado's day. And that is going to be Lava retreating from this push, tails tucked between their legs as they do not win out on this team fight.
What a long fight. They try to go on Clockwork. He's juking. Everyone has a Yule Scepter. I don't even know if those are Yule Scepters or Brewmaster Cyclones. Everyone's in the air. Also, you have Invoker with his ability, Tornado. So kind of hard to see. In the end, K1 with his tanky build manages to, like, you also get the lifesteal from the side gunner. Paladin Sword works on it, so maybe that was a bit of a difference that kind of is between the life and death sometimes. And good Sunstrike, good global. In the end, there was a buyback from Snapfire. Snapfire level 18, a lot of damage from Mortimer's Kisses right now, but you also want to be able to like scale, so I like this double dispel build with Yule Scepter Blink, which allows you to go in and set things up, especially with the shard pickup, but you also scale. Like if you go for on level 20, you need to get the Slow Shredder users your attack damage, and then you play for that 25 on top of it.
So Eye of Scotty is finished now for Hector K1 after he lives through that team fight. Satanic is next for him. Game starts to feel, you know, I mean, this is what Beastcoast like to see, right? They've got Hector head and shoulders above the rest in terms of net worth. Stinger is currently being ran down by Moose. Silence applied to one, Bug applied to the other, but both will be able to live.
I mean, look at that. Hector's net worth is on the next level. Faceless Void, 14,000. Hector, 21,000.
Yep. It's always a full item. That's always how I like to kind of picture things or put it into perspective. He's a whole item up, and that's the Eye of Scotty here currently, as we can see. That's in the buy, or in the quick buy, sorry, for Minos. And Hector is already on to his next one, Satanic, and then AC after that. He's ready to go in full farming mode, and for now in full pushing mode. Bolstered by the Rocket Flare, he's going to feel confident to put some pot shots onto this tier 3. Force a couple of TPs, why not? Maybe even get the tower. Hey, who knows? the style for the Dispel. And down goes the tier 3. He's not backing up. The rest of his team finally realizes, oh, Hector actually is going to push, and here come the reinforcements as they TP onto that outpost. So now full fight ready to go for Beastcoast. There's the US Scepter to corrupt the primal split. Hookshot as well out from Schofield. Kisses are connecting now onto Leo Style as the BKB is going to be not used. They get the global out to cover the retreat.
From Beastcoast, Cookie out. They need to get something out of this. Lava needs to chase. There's
Eggs.
Punish this.
There's Eggs. That was the time-lapse Eggs for the no, it wasn't, pardon me. That was just his own. That was a time walk. Silly me. But it looks like Beastcoast, they're going to be far too slippery for Lava as they just... Hector's like, hey guys, I see them on the map. Let's take their bottom barracks.
No response, and he's holding on to BKB for such a long time. You know what I want to see? Level 25 Snapfire with Lil Shredder multi-shot with flag cannon. There's gonna be damage flying all around.
Yeah, lots of cannons. They've got all the anti-air here in the worlds, as they will lose the clockwork. This is a no-flying zone here for Beastcoast. Especially with that 20 talent. It looks like we're going to get there eventually, I dare say, Lacoste. As Whisper, he's taking the correct 20 talent to go into that 25, using his own attack damage, as well as having the enchanted quiver. Oof, these are... It's going to be some kind of little shredder here.
That's a lot of damage. Get to level 20. Because Little Shredder is a fixed damage, 95. Right now it's 150, so you kind of get to plus 60 damage per hit in Little Shredder. On top of, yeah, Enchanted Quiver, only the first one works. I find Quiver kind of weird item, where like your first attack is from a long distance, then you're standing there trying to get close. That's all, Roche.
Yeah. Roshan number 2, it was scouted though, I want to say, by Chris Smile. See Smile, pardon me, as he did Sunstrike it. Saw Frank as well, just had his BKB delivered. Not an item. Our panel said that Brewmaster likes to buy all that much, as Whisper is going to delay it. He throws down some kisses. Not to completion though, but that's Roche at half HP. First shot. He's at the ready now. Is Hector joining the fight, but the Chronosphere is going to be out. He catches Leo Style, though. So where's the damage of the Chronosphere? And out comes the Cataclysm. Almost get through Leo Style, but they're going to get Hector. Down he goes. He's going to buy back and TP to the outpost immediately. As this fight, so far, decent for Lava. Double buybacks committed from both sides, but the Faceless Void now will go down as Stinger picks up the kill. Leo Style needs to get the heck out of this fight, and now Whisper in trouble. Just bought back earlier, so this would be a dieback penalty applied for him. Schofield still looking for a fight. Is Hector having bumped back, had to run back into this engagement. Chris Smile holding down the Ogre as Weaver is going to be the one in trouble, trapped inside the cogs and killed by Whisper. Ogre is going to go down. It's going to be 3-for-1 advantage here to Beastcoast as they are likely going to go next into the Roche pit.
Beastcoast waiting with 2 buybacks, especially the one on K1. He tanks every single part of damage during the Chronosphere. And now, like, this is just standard stuff, but you also need to be like very careful how you do it. If you don't feel like you can win the fight after, this might be completely game losing. But in this situation, they rely on dealing damage with their ultis. 1 Brewmaster split used. Same goes for Queen of Pain ulti and the Chronosphere. Faceless Void damage output once the Chrono is down isn't that great. It's not so much about like Chrono. He can't go in and deal damage without a BKB. Never gonna feel safe. Let's say jumping inside the Clockwork's Battery Assault or 1 Cold Snap plus a Spirit Vessel could completely ruin him. Does not have a second way of dispelling things. And now off to a high ground. K1, he's ready to siege.
Yeah, and even with BKB, it doesn't help that he took 1100 pure damage from the Sunstrikes there. See Smile showing off his brand new Cataclysm Aghanim Scepter upgrade. There is no tier 2 top lane, so they could threaten to end the game, but they cannot threaten for Megas yet for Beastcoast. Hector thought about it. He'll put 1 love tap here onto the buffer building before he just backs up and lets the illusions do the rest. But Beastcoast, they know they need to push other lanes and finish other items. Ooh, okay, so the buyback on Hector, but of course you buy back for the Roche, you give him the Aegis. That's essentially the buyback there. Issue solved. No one on Lava with buyback as they look to smoke outside of the base. The scan will scout him, and if this scan goes negative, which it does, it's going to let them know, that let Beastcoast know perhaps, that they have made an aggressive movement out. Frank gets off ulti number 1. As it seems like they've also caught someone mid lane. It's just Schofield, but right now it's 4v1 against Schofield, so it looks like they'll take him down. That is going to be a dieback for him as well. The lift onto Hector is now, it looks like Lava looking to reset here, potentially get into position. Chronosphere is ready to go. So is Cataclysm though for Chris Smile, for C Smile, as Global is used right now.
Fast one.
Yeah.
They need to fall back. Beastcoast need to run back. There's still 60 seconds without the Clockwork. And Clockwork deals, you know, some serious amount of control in the team fights with a Yule Scepter as well. And that's an interesting build. He puts 1 point in power cogs. Just becomes more tanky with the stats. Because the cooldown is still the same. And attacks required is still the same. Damage and mana burn is kind of manky. Stats over some of the spells. I think it's okay to take stats over power cards.
Yeah, I see that. I think especially versus like a Faceless Void versus a Queen of Pain and a Weaver lineup, and even to some extent this Brewmaster, the duration is kind of like the only note I could see being worth, right? The mana burn and damage at this stage is pretty inconsequential. But honestly, against those before mentioned heroes, if you don't kill them in 5 seconds, I also don't see you killing them in 8 seconds, because then they just probably have a way out of your cogs anyway. Hector just casually walking up to the entire enemy team. The DD rune's going to spawn bottom, however. Doesn't have boots in the inventory. He's literally just, I mean, look where his closest teammate is. He is just completely alone. Whisper is going to be scouted. He's got a BKB though, looking for this quick kill at least onto the Weaver, and he will find it. That might be a dieback on Weaver. At least doesn't have the buyback anyway. That's what's important now.
Wristlock coming with DP and the freshly bought Sight of Light, so that's going to provide him with a bit more control. Also, he could surprise potentially someone from the Invis. Taro. Well,
he's going to get away. And Rocket Flare guessed he had gone a different direction. And speaking of Rocket Flare, we're going to have 2 of them pretty soon. Schofield is just 100 gold away now from finishing up his Acceptor and having the overclock. Most importantly, of course, it's double hook shot, but who knows, right? Maybe double Rocket Flare ends up being useful.
Double level 1 cogs, what up?
Oh, how do they stop it? What do they do? You know what they need to stop that on Faceless Void? He needs to change his build. He needs to go for 6 Ogre Axes.
The classic. We also have Aghanim Scepter on Silencer. That is insane. If he can survive the initial burst, then he might with just the Glimmer Cape now going for a Refresher, like double Last Ward and double ulti.
What did this Gyro eat for breakfast? He's got 4,000 HP, Lacoste. When did this happen? My goodness.
A lot of proteins, it seems.
Lots of protein. Yeah, he has a couple of shakes every single morning. And he is going to be shaking just apart these buildings because they cannot get him off the high ground. Lava, they seem unwilling to commit to this fight, knowing that Aegis is going to be expiring within the next 20 seconds. Beastcoast as well, biding their time as they recognize they might not be able to get it. Level 1 cogs. They're going to be used for Schofield to escape as he has to hookshot out. Sunstrike for Vision to D-ward, but unfortunately those are creep units, the Forge Spirit, so they don't one-hit wards together.
Lava wants to fight right now. They know there's no Aegis, they know that there's no buyback on K1. So if they can make something happen right now, the problem is bottom lane is being pushed in, so someone needs to address that. Otherwise it's going to be too obvious.
No buyback either on Faceless Void. He does have the cooldown for it, but he looks like he expended some money on, I want to say, Scotty, to finish Scotty, most likely. Let's get that point booster. We'll send him back now to deal with the wave. Lotus is kind of still a pipe dream at this stage for Moose. He's just a bit too far away. He's got the plate mail, which might help him live maybe an extra hit versus the gyrocopter, but not much more. So they don't have a dispel either for that global. Really, it's just all about this Chronosphere, it feels like, for Lava, the last kind of hopes that they can pull this game back. Still very much a real threat, though, for Beastcoast, especially without buyback and without Aegis on Hector, that they could lose this game. So they're playing it fairly patiently, just farming almost the entire map and continuing to extend their net worth advantage, farm up the last tier 4 neutrals.
What they want is to have K1's buyback for the next fight, so they're really not in a rush. They could also potentially do the same thing as they did, which was game-winning, going for that Roche play, using buyback on Hector, securing the Roche, getting him Aegis plus Shard as well. We're gonna get the Shard, someone else picked it up, I believe. he was Invoker. Snapfire already had one.
While we have a quick little lull, I really on that last Roche fight, if you all recall, that Stinger broke apart that Roche just by using kisses. He knew that they had to delay that Roche by any means possible. Level 3 kisses he just had because he was just level 18, so he forced Lava out of the pit, and that bought so much time for Beastcoast. So what a play out from him. As now with buyback coming off cooldown for the gyrocopter, they are looking for another fight. 3 seconds until he's got buyback, and he is ready to go. It's another 50 seconds until Roche can respawn. As Beastcoast playing underneath their own ward right now. Lava, a bit of a precarious position as Hector just runs up to the high ground. Primal split number 1 used by Frank, and Hector is going to be able to make very quick work of these Brewlings as long as he is not lifted. Frank might be looking around for number 2. Hector 25, by the way, who's taking the 3 times call down missile, so look for that. As there's another lift onto him. Quadrado, though, being zoned out by the illusions of the gyrocopter. But that's now Primal Split number 1 down. That's the hook shot as well. Not going to find anyone. That is why you buy the eggs. Schofield lifted as there's going to be the global silence. Quadrado, though, this time he saves the BKB, but he's losing this 1v1 versus the gyrocopter. Chronosphere is going to be used into the Cataclysm, though, as he is going to be able to tie off a lot of this damage, but Whisper from outside the Chronosphere is going to blast him to shreds with the little shredder. I lose the Ogre, and there's going to be at least another Primal Split, allowing Frank to live momentarily. Whisper is silenced as he did try and jump onto that Queen of Pain as he blinks forward looking after and will be able to pick up the kill. Whisper is just too big. He's the killing machine now as they use the splits to hold down Hector, but they've just unleashed, pardon me, the Snapfire upon them.
Yeah, that's game. Without Faceless Void, they just don't have enough damage. Queen of Pain buying back. This is gonna be Mega Creeps. Good tanky. Meteor.
Yeah, the triple meteor as well. Frank's gonna live. He's got BKB. He's got 1 charge of the ultimate thanks to the refresher to use. But there's the horn for the Megas, and Hector's already hitting onto your throne. Tier 4s are down. The double buyback now from whoever's got it left. As Beastcoast looks to close out this game here, and now Hector just hitting everything with the Black Cannon active as they get through the Ogre. A dieback for him. A great blink stun from Whisper, but the GGs are dropped. The throne's going to go down, and it's going to be Beastcoast taking game number 1 over Lava.
I didn't watch K1 in a long time since PI, but yeah, he's always a treat to watch. The way he farms, it's insane. Someone should make some kind of guide for newcomers how to farm efficiently, and should K1 as an example.
habilidade, ó. Ui, pegou, matou. Ai!
Lives on a hair of HP. I want to say thanks to this armor from the tower as Hector, he's dying to the beetles, but he got the stick charge off. He's not going down today, not in a yellow submarine, nor to this regular bug, as he will live for now. And he's got a salt on Stinger.
There
it goes.
Fully commit there and go for a kill, but the tower that you mentioned, the regen and the tower you get from tier 2 towers, did it say tower from the tower, or did I say armor from the tower? I feel like I said tower from the tower.
You meant to say the power from the tower.
Yeah.
There's first blood on the Stinger. And maybe another one.
He's super low.
Okay, so Beastcoast slightly misplaying this bottom lane, just a little bit. It feels like they...
He's going in. All right. Oh, big bait. Baited by Hector.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cuts down the tree, but the tower's got him dead to rights. Wow.
This is perfect. He knew exactly where to stand and bait him. Fever goes in, tries to go for a hit. Well, there we go. A bit extra armor from the tower.
Top lane. Mini Echo Slam onto Kotaro. The overwhelming odds level 2 onto the creeps, and 2 heroes to the number onto Kotaro, but he will live.
Living things die.
So it looks like overwhelming odds is the build in this lane. Just to
you do not want to max out Moment of Courage. You're not trading with Troll, you can't get close. This is not a killer lane. One of the reasons why Red Spirit is not playing the lane. He's creep wave, leaving a lot of XP to leave in command.
Bottom.
He can't gank the bottom lane. I think he might TP bottom and just gank. Yeah, there he comes.
Yeah, this bot lane needs a little bit of assistance. I think even with 2-1 builds here on the Silencer, they're really struggling to actually outdamage Frank. They always get him low, but just not low enough. As Hector even is kind of losing this battle versus moves. They're going to go in for this little dive, and it's going to be the Ignite as well. Stick charges and a couple of CS, though, will top up K1 enough to such that he feels confident and maybe trying to chase down moves, but that's a bait for sure. So, lane's looking a little bit more difficult for Beastcoast. That's the roll mid.
Deeping bottom, has tangos, didn't bring an extra healing cell.
I think Schofield is dead here. Yeah, he's gonna try and... Yeah, wow, okay. Leo Style gets the kill there. Alright. Well, this lanes are not looking good at all. Mid lane is still fine for C-Smile. Chris Luck doing decently in the CS department, as they will just deny the Weaver underneath the tier 2 tower. Stacks as well about to be scouted here by the Phoenix. Whisper's given some real chase here, but with Icarus dive, yeah, Phoenix will just go ahead and break his ankles and go the other way.
A bit of a different game for Silencer this time around. He's not the one putting in too much pressure. 2 deaths. Not a single point of intelligence stolen. I guess once they get to level 6, it's going to be easier. Brewmaster is level 4, but they also could need someone to stop the TP. Oh, he fought 3 bounty runes.
Oh, that's money. That's stonks right there. Schofield. Big stonks. Purpose for him to be... Oh, Beastcoast, they got their voice lines in the game. That's probably what the update was in our last series. But... yeah, this is something that was also really awkward. Abba brought this up when they first picked the Earth Spirit. If he was the first pick in this draft, and hold that thought actually, because Leo Styles making his first rotation of the game, he's going to miss the 8th of Remnants, and the Blood Right's going to actually zone him out. Here come rotations back down bottom, though. Without Dissemblate, he's going to have to eat this boat, as Moose also wants a piece of it. And it's going to be a second Dissemblate, though, as he goes back onto Hector. Another Astral Step here, but the Mark, not enough damage here to get through the Bloodseeker. Plenty of armor for him. And it looks like it's just...
had Arcane Rune, so that means that his spells are going to be available once again. Might try to stick around, see what happens.
Radiant's courier just got killed.
Oh, Snipes a courier. That had boots on it for Stinger. Lots of tips going on top lane. I must have missed something up here. Let's go ahead and exchange a tip of the hat at each other. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you about this Earth Spirit pick, because it was first pick overall, and so far I haven't really seen such a big reason why it's been the first pick material. Maybe now we'll get to see it, as there's going to be Hector rotating mid lane. Dissemblate allows to dodge the Blood Right. They're going to kick him to try and get a little bit more damage in. 8th Remnant, though, prevents the auto attack damage. Still has the Resonant Pulse Shield. Out comes the Torrent. Even with the Sunray heal, that's not going to be enough. Schofield is going to drop. I could see Smile could just easily tank through a level 1 Sunray. He doesn't mind. And a little bit of tower damage. Is that really it? Is it they just wanted to kick people after the after the rupture.
Seems like that's it. That's the combo. That's all they've been waiting for. Hector B. Throughout the whole game, he's sitting at like 30% HP, getting constantly harassed, trying to get the HP back up. Didn't happen a single time, but
So we'll kill
maybe
mid.
now.
Just a Phoenix dying. I think we should get used to that. As here's K1 getting in a little bit more damage. As once again back down to a third HP. Primal split to isolate K1 as down he goes. I think this should be a really easy kill as well on a Stinger, especially without boots. They're gonna hurl a boulder at him. How rude! And Leo Style seems poised to collect the kill. Kill goes to Frank eventually.
That's a good one. Beep, 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 beep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's the reason we had such a long wait in between Beastcoast. They needed to add funds to their Steam wallet so they could buy their own supporter pack. Spam the lines.
It was worth it. I would wait
Absolutely.
extra 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh,
so that
absolutely.
everyone can get it.
Gotta have the voice lines in. Gives so much more personality to these games, doesn't it?
Really does. Silencer, what is he up to? Farming the small camp with your cane curse, living the dream.
Yeah, this is it.
Your
That's my life. I'm
such
Silencer. I'm just trying to get my Tranquil Boots online. You know, an extra fluffy hat because it's getting cold with so many deaths he's been taking. Only 3, but just needs as much HP as he can get. He is not having as good of a game as last time, but you know, it should be said his spells are still super strong this game, right? Global Silence, very nice against 3 heroes. Yes, Weaver will simply use Teleportation Scroll against Hector, his biggest weakness, especially without any stun nearby, or an X for that matter, which isn't really a stun, but would do the trick
That's
nonetheless.
Big play from Weaver, goes in, steals the big creep from him, experience, and then TP's out, forces use Rupture.
Refuses to elaborate further. Whispers level 8, and has a duel. No opportunity to use it top lane, as in fact he might be in a bit of trouble. Here comes the Torrent, which whiffs. Supernova as well is going to be used, and that'll scare back Beastcoast. As with these 3 heroes, they don't quite have the auto attacks to get through a Supernova Sun.
Fortified their structures. Not much good's happening to
Fortify's out, so it looks like Beastcoast, they want to try and keep this wagon alive. See, Smile can tank for it. It's got 71 HP remaining. Oh, and actually it's going to go down to the enemy wagon, as there's the jump out from Schofield. Icarus Dive is out, and the Phoenix is A-OK. Now with boots, he's going to be more difficult.
Silence.
Radiant's middle tower is
slow.
under
They're
attack.
also
Are those
going for
cracks in
Hector? No,
Dire's
they're just
top
booting him out of the jungle. Moose is
Looks
making a
like
lot
Dire
of
fortified
space
their
happen, or I guess canceling the space, because Hector can just not get any space to farm this game. He's always got this annoying bug in his jungle to deal with.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Mid
no
lane,
more
Leo
top
Style
tower.
gets an extra step out. And there's another Rupture this time around. There is someone to cancel the TP scroll, so they will be rewarded with a kill. This seems like a really aggressive play from Lava, but they're going to use the split. They have Leo Style connecting as well. The Rolling Thunder is going to whiff. Global Silence is through, but not fast enough. They get out at least the Aether Remnant, but now they're looking to turn, and in trouble is Leo Style. He's going to have a Dissemblate ready to use, brought back by the X. Torrent did not connect though, but he's on 70 HP with the Magnetize ticking him down. They have the kill, and I gotta question why they thought that was a good idea. That was so deep.
I don't know. Like they also have a ward which is gonna get devoted. I feel like they got surprised by wow, they have a global silence and they will use it to stop their carry from dying. I just don't know what the plan was there, especially with like a bit preemptive. Oh,
there's the duel. Nice.
There we go.
Plus 10 damage onto the Phoenix, very little armor, and very little HP on the hero at the time. That should net them a second tier 1 tower despite the fortify. Oh, Schofield's got to be a little bit careful here, as he is going to be tanking a bit of damage out from the troll. Moose is going to try and be in position to block the rolling boulder, but was just far away enough. And I think Schofield lives
He's
here.
okay. He has raindrop and the silence. Weaver can't chase with Cane Curse on. I mean, he can, but most likely gonna die.
Yeah, big pull as well. It's gonna get
Overtime
him.
damage from Silencer and Earth Spirit ulti. A's gotta be gigantic before they get any kind of dispels.
True. Yeah, very good point. This damage over time was super, super annoying for these guys to deal with. And they did get the tier 1 tower, by the way, in the wake of that Earth Spirit making space. So that's now both tier 1s down. A lot more space for Hector to continue farming around the map. As anyone comes up top lane now for Lava, Beastcoast simply TP heroes to the tier 1 tower, and they get a quick little kill or 2, or maybe even 3, who knows. There's Schofield going in again. Had duel ready. No vision immediately available though for Moose. And Leo Style going for the first item. Mule Scepter almost has that one online Lacoste, so I think we're going to see him start to get a little bit more aggressive as soon as he has that Staff of, what is it, Intelligence? Staff of Wizardry? Staff of Wizardry. He'll be moving around the map and getting these pickoffs.
It's a good way to cancel the duel, get any kind of silence off of you. So I'm okay with that build. I think Yule Scepter into Aghanim Scepter to be able to silence people gotta be very good. Even like Kaya Sanj after that. Like I think builds in Void Spirit, even if you like misplay or misbuild, it's still gonna be good.
Kill onto the Weaver. It's like kick his lifeless corpse up to the high ground. Yeah, Whisper and Beastcoast, they did scout. I thought they were going to end up going there for Leo Style, but they scouted a much easier kill. They went the guaranteed dual damage to get Whisper's game online, now up to 20, which is pretty big in the early game. And he's going to keep this ball rolling into the BKB next. Probably look for some more dual kills.
He was not playing the top lane with anyone for a long time, was just getting the XP, getting the farm to get the Blink Dagger. He's doing fine. 20 damage. This is also infinite scaling lineup from Beastcoast. You have Legion Commander, Silencer with 6 permanent intelligence stolen. It can go up higher, you know. If things go very, I'd say, chaotic, they can thrive in that.
Oh, here's a little bit more chaos. Another dual victory potentially here, but good control out from Leo Style. Global Silence is used because they want this kill, and they will get it. That's not another +10 at the very least. Global as well used for that out from Beastcoast. Oh, but Leo Style in some trouble, brought back. He has no astral steps. He's got no spells and no chance to live either. As the boat will put him down in Davy Jones' locker.
Top tower has looked
Stinger has
got surprised by Stinger. Well, bait big spell. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
He might even live. This would be pretty big for them. He turns around, continuing to fight. He's gonna live. Press the attack heal is keeping him alive as he drops the spray. I believe that's BSJ in some sort of onesie. And now Frank on to his own high ground is going to be left empty-handed here. He's just going to go ahead and TP bottom because there's also a dive going on down here. He cancels his TP, however, realizing he cannot stop any of this.
What a play from Schofield. He was sitting on top of
just denied their bottom tower.
and knew exactly when to fall back. Scouting things out for Chris Luck. I don't think you're getting this kill unless Troll goes like Mega Madman mode.
Oh, Yule Scepter immediately used there. Who's
That's the mode I was talking about. I meant, you know, couple of roots for him to pop the ulti straight away.
Stinger is in some trouble, ticking down a little bit, but there's a rupture on to Frank. He doesn't have an ulti, doesn't have a TP, and Hector is going to look for their kill. Out comes at least the Supernova. They're going to try and turn this. Stinger's going to go down, but Hector with the attack speed easily has his kill, and Frank is up next. I think Hector got that kill as well with a Maelstrom proc. Getting it in style, and Stinger's going to go ahead and drop a tip onto the Phoenix.
Structures have been snow fortified.
Yep, that's the most Phoenix can really do this game. He at least gets something with his ulti this time.
That was very impressive.
Those
I mean, it's a hard Phoenix game. Like we discussed about it, panel talked about it, and not much he can do. Level 7. I guess he needs. There is no hero that can protect the egg. I guess their best thing is Cyclone from Brewmaster, Remnant, and Yule Scepter. And I'm pretty sure Yule Scepter is not gonna be used that aggressively. He also wants to be able to dispel any silences. So, pretty hard one for Phoenix. Also playing into Legion Commander, the press the attack speed. Pretty good.
Yep. Other than just the dispel it provides, right? Yeah, very punishing game for Phoenix. So, whatever he can get out of his ultimates, I think, should be commended, because you have to put a lot of context into how hard his game is. Smoke play now from Beastcoast as they might sweep into the enemy jungle. Yeah, Vector farming pretty aggressively. He's underneath a ward as well, so Lava see him. But if they can kill him is an entirely different question. Frank is thinking about it. This seems, again, pretty far and pretty hopeful at getting this kill, especially with the smoke incoming. Of course, they don't know that, but they soon will. As smoke will break. Whisper looking for the duel, and he's going to have a very easy one. They commit Rupture, Global, Boat, just about everything as they throw the kitchen sink after that boost. Dead body. Phoenix, he can do nothing. He can do literally nothing. He's just dead.
first, last word, then he tries to come back. X mark the spot is there, and the global silence. It's just literally impossible to look good on Phoenix this game. I feel bad for him.
I did too. It's a very difficult Phoenix game. Even his heals are bound to be interrupted by something. With so many silences, so many heroes to just jump you immediately. It is not an easy Phoenix game. I mean, he's at least tanking last word, but if Stinger decides this game is as good as the last one, he's going to go for Ag Scepter, and then he doesn't mind throwing out last words because it'll be AoE. Oh,
One
tough
thing
game.
that Chinese players do from previous season 1 and 2 that I noticed when they're playing into Nyx Assassin, they get BKB first item, like Tranquil Boots 1 BKB if they can farm it.
Look at this control. I mean, I haven't seen a Void Spirit ever be locked down that much. But Beastcoast, they just encircle him and they don't let him move. Yule Scepter, Dissemblate, Torrent, Axe. He could not go anywhere. There's no escape for anyone for Lava.
Oh, Whisper going hand on Brewmaster. Let's see if he... Like, he's alone there. He's actually pretending that he has some kind of backup, and Frank just goes back.
Oh, well, now the backup's here. The boat is going to completely whiff, but they're going to hit him with the duel anyway. So does Torrent, but that's okay. They're just zoning spells, but so far the duel's not going to get off, and he can be active for C Smile. He's going to have to just smile through the pain of missing those spells. See, he's forced back.
Candid camera. I don't know. This was... I guess if he wanted to start with X mark the spot, much better, pretty standard stuff. Maybe they lost the vision, wasn't really paying too much attention. Like, yeah, I see the boat without any spells, just pretending that it's gonna hit. Didn't happen, but okay.
It's like confidence. Like, you have to act like you belong, and enemies will just walk into the spells, you know?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Like, yeah, this boat will hit you. Just walk into it. And Frank, he saw through that scheme. He wasn't falling for that one.
Yeah, it was instinct. First thing you see, a boat is coming towards you, you move to a side.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. A big projectile, a big splash range, and you know, who doesn't like boats, right? You always want to get a closer look at it. But Frank, he resisted. It's like a siren. I always want to listen to the siren song, but you shouldn't this game, as there's global. It's going to prevent an 8th Remnant from coming through. Schofield even looking to turn. There's no TPs coming from Beastcoast, so he just throws out a Magnetize and he's going to back away. But nothing really much Lava could do either than just walk around a couple of times and absorb this Magnetize. Top lane, see Smile pushing completely alone. He's just going to BKB. And he'll walk away.
I just don't see any value you get from this Meteor Hammer. Especially in this game. You don't have any spells to combine it with, which means you're not gonna be using it in a fight. It's almost impossible to execute.
Yeah, plus with the amount of silences and lockdowns and duels that they have on this Beastcoast lineup, it doesn't seem like this is such a great game for a hero as, you know, fragile, quote-unquote, as a Beastmaster can be, meaning that he needs to get up his ulti. It doesn't really seem like that great of a game for him to, I don't know, stand still and channel something for 2 seconds. It's I don't know. I saw more use for it last game than this game, but I gotta agree with you still. It's a weird one. Here's another smoke, by the way, from Beastcoast. Oh, another duel, and this is just going to be basically a solo kill.
I think you go inside the Roche a bit and probably try to get it. We'll see. If it's not being pinged out, they want a higher target.
They want more.
If they get something that could use like any kind of big cooldown, I think they would go inside a bit. I mean, they could still go in, maybe waiting for global fun for another 40 seconds. Just to be sure to have. We didn't talk about Troll Warlord. He's been farming silently. 0-0-0. Not a team player, but
carry player.
PvE, standard carry performance. Has BKB, has Battle Fury, and also bring, I believe, is Yasha. Yeah, it's full Yasha.
Wait, oh, nice catch there, but the X marks is going to be for the easy kill as Schofield rolls on through, trying to catch one. Has at least delayed Leo style, forcing out the Yule Scepter and other Aether Remnants. That's going to be now 80 damage for Whisper.
Not bad at all.
And he's up to. Not bad at all, Whisper, I agree. Beastcoast, I think they're really feeling themselves in this game, though. Lots of voice lines, lots of sprays, lots of just kind of willy-nilly map movements, it feels like. See, Smile has just been pushing top all by himself. Just casually uses a BKB. He doesn't really care. Does his 8-second BKB he used. Didn't really matter. Down goes Roche.
Not a big issue there. Do you think Troll can end this game with 0-0-0?
I don't think so, only because this is not the Arteezy still farming kind of hero, you know? This is the hero that you throw yourself in to maybe buy some space for your team with Battle of Trends, right? Like, AM, he just simply needs items, and Troll, he's going to need a lot of items this game as well. But, like, there's a glimmer of a hope in a reflection in a mirror down the hall that Troll can do something in these team fights with, like, a lucky root, whereas for a hero like an AM, like, there's just no hope at all there. He has got no chance.
Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the involvement. The
It could be.
still available.
Looks like Beastcoast are going to force this fight with the Global Silence. He's going to use BKB. He's looking to run, but doesn't have TP Lacoste, so he still could take that death as the rest of Beastcoast have scattered Lava to the wind. There's the ulti active with the BKB, and he's getting through Stinger here. Has finally gotten a kill, but he's going to be dueled and very likely killed here, as there's going to be 100 damage now for the LC. So, you know, not the perfect carry game of 0-0-0, but he does at least get a kill before he dies.
He got the kill. Good trade-off. Position 5 for carry. It's a rough one. I don't think he has a hero to like play with. Like maybe a Void Spirit. Aghanim Scepter done on Brewmaster. Still yet to see good usage of the Meteor.
Very true. I mean, I guess it helps him farm the Ags. I think Frank kind of struggles this game to go, what's my transition item? Drums? That's a dead item. Urn is not a bad one, but of course with a Weaver, he's got to build that, because what else does Weaver build before Ags? It just feels awkward, right? You're talking about how the Troll doesn't feel like he has anyone to play with. It doesn't really feel like the team range plays well at all together. There they go. The duel's not going to get the kill onto Leo Style, but the follow-up damage is certainly enough. They get through the egg very easily, as Hector will run up with 1,000 move speed and get himself that last double kill onto Moose.
Surprise, Hector decided to use BKB there, considering he still has Aegis, but they're not messing around. Kunkka, massive, 15,000 net worth, Silver Edge, BKB, Armlet, level 21. It's just, they might try to end the game here, even without Global Silence. Let's see what they can make out of this.
Yep, it's at least probably a full bottom set of barracks. Troll is, again, pushing middle, because without the rest of his team, there's very little he can do except just get kited around and die. So down go the barracks. They'll slow these ever so slightly with the Fire Spirits kind of just lingering in, but not much they can do. Chris Luck's just going to TP away right in front of their faces. And Beastcoast are basically out of here. Lava, they're desperate for something though. And, well, if it's something they want, it's something they'll get. You see Smile, keep an eye on him, he's just put a DD rune into his bottle, and it looks like, like I say, the fight is breaking out. They've got good control onto the Brewmaster, silence up, he's been dueled as well. In comes C Smile, looking for a big old crit onto him, down he goes, winner, winner, chicken dinner, on over to Stinger as he gets another duel victory. Chris Luck actually, C Smile in trouble. The run buff keeping him alive, as well as his armor toggling. They're diving tier 3 towers. They don't have the tier 2, as C Smile picks up the cleave kill onto Leo Style. Okay, Schofield was looking to go for more, as Whisper is just going to walk into the Aether Remnant. Another boulder smashed, but no bug is killed. And, well, I think Beastcoast are just going to probably keep pushing, to be honest. I don't see much holding them back.
X marks the spot on Bloodseeker. He comes back, uses Clarity, heals back fully, level 20. Wow.
He still has a minute on this Aegis. I was about to say, was that really necessary? His Aegis is about to expire, isn't it? Nope. Another minute. That's another fight here at this rate.
Dire's middle tower is under
X marking himself right now with the bottle. Should be full HP. They have pressed the attack as well. Brewmaster split.
What can they do for it, though? Yes, they're looking for the D-ward.
He kills Brewlings with one.
Oh, no. Oh, he kills even the regular Brewling. There's the second one out now. As they're holding on to just about everything. Supernova, there goes the Rupture. It's going to be onto the Weaver. Potato now joining the fray as Silence up and in trouble. As the Void Spirit uses the Euls to dodge the boat. As there's going to be the egg. Hector is hungry, though. He's going to have that one for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Phoenix is to buy back. Oh, no, but the Jewel is going to immediately chew through Leo Style. Beastcoast, they've lost 2 though. They lost C Smile, and Schofield is going to get another roll away. Weaver gets to live a bit longer here thanks to the time lapse. Bocatato continuing to give chase. Into the trees he will go. Another rolling boulder is going to get him out of harm's way.
Doesn't even use the stone.
No. Oh my goodness, he kicks him back.
Mid roll.
Oh, look at this. And he's gonna roll. What are you doing? Wait. Yeah, okay. Now I think, was that a little bit too cute for his own good? He's got another one, another bullet. This time he's gonna roll away. The auto attacks hit him, and this time he will die.
He was just toying with them. Paid with his life, that's okay. Who bought back? It was Phoenix who bought back. How's our boy Phoenix with 2? Better than I expected, I'd say.
It's kind of where I expected him to be at this stage. I mean, buying back on a Phoenix just never feels good, does it? Especially after you get killed during Supernova, because you just don't have any spells for 30 seconds. But what else does he have to lose this game? At least he gets to use another trusty shovel. He's collecting all these salves.
Are those cracks in Dire's
Salves, traveling salves. He's like the guy, you know, he just dies real quick. The Whisper, he just duels him. I looked away for a second. I blinked and he died. This Whisper is now up to 190 damage.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
My goodness.
Next Roche may respawn in 2 minutes. I don't know if they want to go in and end the game, if they want to take this one slowly. That's the suggestion. Knowing Beastcoast, they might go in and try to end the game right now.
Yeah, a lot of times for them, it's about sending a message. You're up 21k. You got a game to lose, you know. Might as well just dive some tier 4 towers, right? When else will you get the opportunity versus Lava? You only play them once a season, right? Got to squash some hopes here, as this is going to be Lava, I think, falling to 1 and 2, is it? Or 0 and 2? This would be their second loss at the rate that this game is going. Yeah, 0 and 2 is going to put them squarely in the bottom 2 here alongside Corey. Oh, careful here, Whisper. Maybe I should be saying careful Leo style, though, to be honest. With 190 bonus damage, Whisper hits pretty hard in these duels.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
He'll go for a hit. Yeah.
See Smile, kicking this one off. As they got control, Obstacle Auto, they might just duel him, and he's dead. Global Silence prevents literally anyone from doing, well, literally anything. As Moose is going to follow, he's got buyback, but whether or not they'll be able to use it is an entirely different question. Phoenix being chased down, brought back by the X-Mark. There just is no running for this Phoenix, unfortunately, as he will tumble for the 10th time this game. Leo style, trying to hide in the trees, use the Dissimulates, and here's Whisper right on top of that little portal. They're going to chase him all the way around. There's another duel in 20 seconds, oh, they turn him to stone. Okay, Schofield has Axe.
Dire's middle
So much.
Okay.
Even if this troll is super farmed, once Earth Spirit gets Fuel Scepter plus Aghanim Scepter, I mean,
His game's over.
Play pretty much, you know, you get kited. Troll could potentially need a rework. His ulti is pretty bad, but you can control yourself.
Yeah, it is not very good. As I think Hector's doing his Bloodseeker challenge where he needs to destroy barracks and do building damage, so he's going to go ahead and do that, while the rest of the team continues to spray around the tier 4 towers, and maybe go for a little bit of a fountain dive as they search in the trees there for Moose, who use the time lapse, but this one is all but over. Oh my goodness, that poor Phoenix. Oh, that poor Phoenix, he just got cleaved in the fountain. Couldn't do a darn thing about that one. They're going to throw themselves at Beastcoast one final time here. The duel, though, finds Moose. He gets 5-shot in that duel. See Smile continuing to just tank through everything. He even threatens to kill the Brewlings. Kick back into the silence and play a beauty here from Schofield. He's going to turn himself into stone and live as Hector says, GG, well played is called. Beastcoast, they take the 2-0, pardon me, victory. Whew. I didn't actually get to see what he said before then. There was a previous message, but I didn't catch it. So